YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the web for all things geeky and cool, and welcome to a Funko review with a bit of a twist. This is going to be more of an analysis of a product, this guy right here. Not really a review per se, no breakdown, no final thoughts, just my kind of analysis of this 10-inch Frosted Flake Pop Icon number 70 Tony the Tiger Funko Shop Exclusive Pop. Now, there's a lot to really talk about with this particular pop, because I was going from it from a different perspective when I picked this up in September. Again, this is a 10-inch pop. I'll get some up-close shots of it soon, so you can see how really big it is. I have it on a shelving unit right here, one of my few shelving units I have left in the apartment, a couple inches away from me, just so I can talk and showcase this at the same time without having it in my hands. So, much easier to shoot it this way. Now, this item came out in September of 2019. Now, going by the track record of pop ad icons, they're very, very popular amongst the Funko community. And they have a smaller one, standard size pop, that came out in 2017. They had a normal version and a flocked version, respectively. And they sold out really, really quick. And this is part of the subjective portion of the video I'm talking about here, where I can't really shoot my breakdown. I really can't shoot my final thoughts like I normally would, because there's a lot of subjectivity and a lot of opinion and a lot of innuendo. So I don't know if all this stuff is truthful or not. I'm trying to be transparent with the audience, with you guys, to let you guys know, yes, this is fact or not fact. So that's why I'm shooting it a little bit differently. So in September, as I mentioned before, I picked this guy up. And the old ad icons, it sold out really, really quickly. The smaller pop sold out really, really fast. And it went for like $100 originally. Sold out within minutes. And I thought, you know what? And over time, it grew to have such a rabid fan base that this thing went to about $300 right now. If you look on Amazon or eBay, this bad boy right here is a smaller version of the same exact sculpt that you see here, just in the smaller standard size, is about $300. The flocked one, I think, is about $350, $400. It's even more money than the standard version. So I thought, you know what, the ad icons are very, very popular. I think this is going to go up a lot really, really quickly. It's the idea of an economy. It's the idea of supply and demand. So usually when you have equal supply and equal demand, usually the MSRP pricing, what the price is valued at for that sticker price of the item, is usually what it sells for online or in a secondary market. Maybe with a little bit tacked on for just convenience of buying it online when someone else didn't buy it, or for shipping, they'll charge a little bit more money. That's the idea, rather. So that being said, I'm like, okay, well, let's see if this is really, really true. Now, the opposite is true when you have a large demand but a very, very small supply. That would make the item more rare and harder to track. That's what happened with the smaller Tony the Tiger. That's why it was worth $100 out the gate, where it sold out really quickly, and now it's worth $300. The idea, I think of it this way, when they made a small piece count, usually at Comic-Cons, at usually San Diego Comic-Cons, New York Comic-Cons, before they became shared items, usually they had, let's say, a piece count of 240 pieces or 480 pieces worldwide. The Looney Tunes Jekyll and Hyde, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where it was the Looney Tunes version of Dr. Jekyll, the Doctor, transformed, and the Bugs Bunny in his monster form, which was one cartoon that had Looney Tunes. That sells for about $500 US. I believe it was 480 pieces. That's why that one's so valuable. You have a massive demand and a very, very small supply. The inverse can happen when you have a massive, massive supply and a very, very small demand. The price would plummet intrinsically of the item. So going back to this guy right here, this is the reason why I picked this guy up. Me and my girl picked one up, each of us, for ourselves, without knowing really what the piece count. That's one thing you want to take away from this video, is the piece counts for these sort of guys here on the Funko store. Usually items will go up on Wednesdays, and I believe on Fridays. And they have all different Funko products. You have Funko, you can have Dorbs, you can have Pez, you get vinyl stuff. All sorts of different products will go on the Funko store. It's usually a one-day sale, and usually those items sell pretty quickly. Usually the quantity is very, very low for those products. Now, going back to this guy right here, and I picked him up. I saw the pre-orders going up on eBay, and they were selling about $70. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good way to sell it and make some extra money. To basically sell it, price point was $35 US plus shipping, and we thought maybe we could double our money. Usually get like $70. We'd be happy with that. So we're seeing sales going online for pre-orders for $70, $80, $100, $120. We're like, okay, this will be a good way of getting a markup to get additional money in our pocket. Lo and behold, here's the part that's very subjective about this guy right here. The problem is, I did a little research after I bought this, because I was going back to the store, the Funko shop, and you can only get one per person. That's why she got one and I got one. And minutes would pass by, I'd still see it available. an hour would pass by, it was still up there. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. The little guy, the small one, sold out super quick. That item was, I didn't mention, it was limited to 3,000 pieces US. The flock version, I want to say it was 2,500 or 3,000 pieces again US. I was thinking that this guy right here was the same sort of deal. It was not. And I heard some rumors and some innuendo, and this is the part that's very subjective, very opinionated. Because I don't know, I thought going into it, this would be the same piece count. I thought it would be about 3,000 pieces. This was not. This, from what I've heard, was originally supposed to be a Target exclusive product. Usually Target really cornered the market on the 10-inch pops. Usually this guy right here, let me grab him off the shelf, was usually, so you can see how big he is. He's very, very big. He's very, very large. Usually this guy here, Target really cornered the market on these 10-inch pops. That's one of the things they did a lot of, were the 10-inch product. And the thing about them, I think it was supposed to be a Target special, but it wasn't, unfortunately, and Funko brought it back. So maybe there was some type of disagreement with licensing. Maybe they couldn't get it in the store. I heard 15,000 to 20,000 pieces. That's why after about an hour, as I mentioned a minute ago, why it was still in this Funko store. Usually these things sell out like that very, very quickly. This one stayed in there for about an hour, hour and a half. I think for up to about, I want to say between 3 and 5 hours it was still up there. People could still pick it up. That was very disheartening to me and her because we're like, we can make some extra money off this. That was not true. So definitely be aware of the piece counts for these guys. If you're looking to try to, I want to use the word flip. Usually flippers, I would use the mentality of you're buying multiple products and selling for a higher markup value. I only had one. I was trying to resell it. So I really wasn't trying to flip it. You're going to say it's the same thing Rook is flipping. It's not really because you only buy one item. I'm not buying an entire lot of products to try to flip it to make additional income for myself. So that was the idea for that. So be aware of the piece counts going forward when you buy these guys right there off the Funko store. Look and do your research of how many products they are going to sell. Mainly because you don't want to be sitting on this product like I am right now, and she is as well, because you can't sell this because the supply is so high. If you go to eBay and look on eBay right now, you'll see tons of these guys all over. You'll see pages of them. The people are selling it for like $30 up to $50, $60. If I can make my money back plus shipping, I'd be fine with this. Personally, I'm not a fan of the ad icons, but the pop ad icons are extremely popular in the Funko community. People love the pop ad icons. Let me grab him off the shelf again. No difference between what he looks like, his buck, his design is identical to the standard pop. It's just a bigger box. It's a 10-inch pop. He does have the Funko limited edition sticker right here, but it doesn't give you the piece count. Usually just as a point of reference, just some knowledge to take away from this video. If you take anything away, take this away with you. If you ever see a Funko stickers as limited edition, usually the piece counts are very, very high. I would put it between 15,000 up to 20,000 or higher. Sometimes they'll tell you specifically on these stickers, limited to 3,000 pieces, limited to 5,000 pieces, limited to, sometimes they'll say the the PX exclusives that you usually get at FYE, limited 20,000 pieces. They'll tell you specifically how many pieces they were built for these items. This is just like the standard normal box that we saw, just again, bigger. Way, way bigger footprint than we saw before. Toy Tiger, even number 70. That's what the number count was for the smaller box. It does have the frosted flakes. They're great. Kind of look and feel in the back of the packaging here. But again, this is a massive pop. And I'm not going to take it out of the packaging right now. The head is articulated. You can spin the head 360. Just be aware of the piece counts for these guys. If the piece count is very, very high, the MSRP pricing for it would probably be what you paid for, or maybe even a little bit lower. It's the idea of collectability for all these products that usually what drives the price of Funko products up. So I hope you can understand why I'm doing this analysis this way. It's a different sort of video. I'm probably not going to get a lot of views, probably get a lot of hate on this video, but just give you my thoughts and my ideas and my opinion of why this was not a good purchase for myself, especially coming from someone who doesn't like the pop ad icons, right there. There we go. Pop ad icon stuff right there. I'm not a big fan of pop ad icons. They're all over the place now. Energizer Bunny's even getting in on the act. You have the Target dog. They're all over the place. The Hostess Twinkies, the Ding Dong guy. Everybody has an ad icon that they like. And I got burned by the Toucan Sam one, but that's something for another video. So I do hope you like this video kind of analysis of course, Pop number 70, the Frosted Flakes 10-inch Tony the Tiger. Remember to click the like button at the bottom of the page. Click the subscribe button, which is a picture of my face. When you subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to be notified of my latest videos. And of course, last but not least, you can click Windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. See you next video. And bye-bye.